loves, I'm Rye and this is Rye's Reading Corner. Welcome back to my channel. Today, as you probably saw from the title of this video, is picking my June TBR list. So one of my favorite things to watch on BookTube is the fun games that people come up with to pick their June TBR list. So when I created this BookTube channel, it was one thing I wanted to do right away, and I just lucked out that I start at the end of the month. So I'll be explaining the game, how it works, and let's get started. So I have come up with June TBR bingo. So I have 25 different prompts here, numbered 1 through 25. What I'll do is I will use a random number generator. I borrowed my husband's phone, and I will pick a number. So whatever number it lands or it comes up first, I will cross that off on my prompts. Once I get a bingo, those are the 5 books that I must read for this month. I have to fulfill those prompts with my beautiful TBR stack of books that I have to pick from. Or if I don't have a book that fills the prompt on hand, I will purchase a book through Book Outlet or Barnes & Noble. Our libraries aren't open right now, so maybe I'll even get an ebook at that point. So if I don't finish one of these 5 books this month, I will have to add that to my TBR list for next month on top of the books I get and for my July bingo. I'm jumping ahead, guys. I am also participating in 2 readathons this month. I'm participating in the Feelgoodathon that's being hosted by Jess at Jess Reads Books. I will post the link to that in the subscription below. Also, I'll be participating in the Lit Read-a-thon, which is hosted by Rogan and Kathy. That is from May 31st to June 6th. And I also will post that information below. So I'm hoping that some of these prompts will also fulfill some of those prompts for the readathons. If not, I'll have to add books to my TBR list. So that means I could be reading way more books than 5 books. So let's get started. So I will post a picture right here at Future Me of all the different prompts so you guys get an idea of what I'm working with for this month. I would love your suggestions and feedback. So if there's any prompts you would like to see on my bingo sheet, please post below in the comments and I will add them. So let's get started. So I have my husband's phone here. We are going numbers 1 through 25. It was just on 3. I didn't do anything yet. So generate 11. So I have to cross off prompt number 11. So prompt number 11 was a book by an author I have never read before. That's not too bad of it to my bingo because that could definitely fit a lot of the prompts for my 2 readathons. All right, next number. 10. That was easy. All right, number 10 is my most anticipated read on my TBR list. That would be a good one. All right, next number. 21. I feel like a bingo caller, like bingo. I wish. Wouldn't that be nice? All right, 21, the prettiest cover book I have. So that means I would go through all my TBR lists and I would find the book that I feel is the prettiest cover, which there has been times where I've definitely have picked books just because of the cover. So we'll see. All right, next one. Bingo number is 1. So 1 is an LGBTQ plus book, which would be awesome because that would definitely fulfill my prompts for both of my readathons. So I am going to be allowed to do a diagonal since it's my game. So I can get bingo diagonally as well as a cross, which I only need 2 more for my top cross. That would be pretty cool. 17. Let's see. A reread. So behind me, I have all my books that I've read. Obviously, there is more. There's some that I've borrowed from the library or have been ebooks. So if I get a reread book, I will just pick a book off my shelf and I will reread it again. Pretty self-explanatory. All right, next number. 6. 6. Ooh! A book under 200 pages. Guys, I only need 1 more for bingo, and I'm going to then obnoxiously yell bingo afterwards. So that was a book under 200 pages, so pretty self-explanatory. So I just need 16. And then I got bingo. 12. let's see, number 12 is the book that has been on my TBR list for the longest. So I do have some. I went through my books last night, several of them from Book of the Month books box. They were from like 2018. I don't know why I haven't read them yet. So if I get bingo with that includes that prompt, I will have to read a book that's been on my TBR list for the longest. All right, 14. Let's see, where's my 14th? My most recent purchase. Guys, I'm going to do a book haul video soon. Because of quarantine, I feel like I've bought in more books than I would have without being in quarantine. So that will be a lot. So my most recent purchase. All right, number 2. A book that has the color green on the cover. So, and again, it could be this, doesn't have to be the whole cover. It could just be like a tiny bit of the cover. All right, let's see. Number 5. So a book at the beginning of a series. So that means I will be starting a new series, which can be kind of intimidating. So we'll see. So a book that's beginning at the series. So I'm still only need 1 for that bingo. Then we can start picking my books to fill the prompts. All right, let's see. It repeated itself. This is a weird number bear. Number 13. Number 13, a thriller, which is one of my favorite genres to read. So, whoo, guys, I only need 1 more bingo. My least anticipated read. I don't know if I want to read that. I don't know. All right, number 24, and that's a book read by Rory Gilmore. So, guys, I'm so excited for this prompt. So, Gilmore Girls is one of my favorite shows. And I've always wanted to read some of the books that were mentioned in the Gilmore Girls. It's over like 300 something. I printed the book list last night. So if I get that prompt in one of my bingos, that means I have to pick 1 book that was mentioned on the show or read by Rory Gilmore, and I will have to read that book. So that is what the Rory Gilmore prompt is all about. It's one of my favorite shows. All right, next random number generator is 20. A book with a blue cover. So I was thinking like summer water for a broader prompt. A book with a blue cover. Guys, I need to get a bingo soon. I'm getting a little nervous of what my books might be entailing. All right, number 8. A young adult book. So any type of YA book, that would be a perfect prompt because I feel like I could really fit that into both of my readathons for this month. So I have potentially a couple bingos. I can either do a son pick, which my little son would pick one. Number 16 would give me a bingo. I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there. And then we can finally pick some books. 22, my ugliest cover. Okay, so 22, my ugliest cover. Gosh, there are some books that I don't like. All right, 1 more here and I get a bingo too. My husband pick. All right, number 9. Guys, I got a bingo. Bingo! Bingo, bingo, bingo. Woof! All right, so this is my bingo for the month of June. So that is my prompts that I will be reading this month. So this month, I need to read a book with the prettiest cover. So a book that I picked based off pretty much the cover. A reread, so any book that I have read and would like to reread again, which I kind of have an idea for that. A thriller, which I'm really excited because I've been watching a lot with books with Lala, and she's been recommending some amazing thrillers. My son is going to pick a book, which I will insert that video clip when we get to that prompt, and a book at the beginning of the series. So this is my bingo. Okay, so my first one, the prettiest cover. So for this one, I'm going to pick The Hazelwood by Melissa Elbert. So I kind of have heard a lot of mixed things about this book, but the cover is absolutely beautiful. It is that gold foil with the black. And then look at the inside of the cover, and then look at, just beautiful. So I will be reading The Hazelwood by Melissa Elbert to fulfill my prompt for the prettiest cover. So this won't work for my Queer Lit-a-thon, but I'm hoping that I can maybe fit this into a prompt for my Feelgoodathon. We'll see, hopefully. So this is book number 1. All right, book number 2 is a reread. So I kind of am thinking of two different things. I can either go with Harry Potter, which is always my go-to reread, or the Selection series. And I'm really excited. I love the Selection series. I actually read it all on ebook, so I don't have the hard copy of the book, but this might give me a reason to buy the copy of the book. So I think I'm gonna read the Selection series. I'm gonna put a picture right here. I'm gonna read the first book of the series as my reread, which I'm really excited about because, yeah, I've been wanting to read that one, especially with the movie coming out. Okay, a thriller. Oh gosh. Okay, so I have a couple different options. So I have No Exit, which I know Kayla talked about this, and she really liked this book. And I also have this one by Riley Sager, Lock Every Door. So these are just two that I've been wanting to read because I've both seen some really good reviews on them, BookTube. So I think I'm going to go with Lock Every Door. So I'm going to go with Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. This is about, she is an apartment sitter, and there's some crazy things that happen while she's there. People have shown up dead in the past. So I'm really excited to read this thriller. So my third book for June will be Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. All right, my next one is my son pick. So what I'll do is I'm going to give my son a couple selections just because I think my whole cart would be a lot for him. And he will determine which book I'm going to read. So I'm going to insert that clip here now. Hey guys, so at this point I landed on my son pick one of my books for my TBR for June. So instead of having him going throughout the entire cart, which would probably be kind of overwhelming and hard for him to read some of the books, I just picked out 5 different books of a wide range of different things for him to pick. Sorry guys, moving the dog bed. For him to pick a book for me to read for June. So, all right, Gray, come on in. All right, which book should I read? Pick a book.
Yeah?
Which one? Out of all these books, so look at each book. Which one should I read?
Pink.
You want me to read that one?
Pink.
All right. So he has picked The Fascinators, which I got in one of my book boxes, which this actually is a great pick because it will fit for my Queer Lit-a-thon, one of my Queer Lit-a-thon prompts. So good job, Gray. All right, back to the TBR bingo. I'm hoping my son picked a decent book and nothing too crazy. All right, a book at the beginning of this series. So I think what I'm going to read is Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. So this is something that I've been wanting to read for a really long time. I don't know why I've been putting it off. Sorry guys, I'm like distracted. I like the floppy book. This is something I've been wanting to read for like a really long time. Like I said, I don't know why I've been putting it off. So I'll definitely be starting this, and hopefully I can fit this into my Feelgood Read-a-thon this month as one of those prompts. So far I have my Lock Every Door to fulfill my thriller prompt that was from my bingo, the Hazelwood for my prettiest cover, for my Crazy Rich Asians for a starter of the series. I also will be reading the Selection for my reread, and then my son will be picking a book. So that's our 5 books that I have to read this month. If I don't finish one of those 5 books, they get moved to next month, and I have to read them on top of the 5 other prompts that I get for my bingo. So hopefully I will do this, and I will also be posting soon my TBRs for my Feelgoodathon as well as my Queer Lit-a-thon. And hopefully some of these books will fit those prompts. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I can't wait to see what you guys are reading for June. If there's any prompts you would like to see in the future for my bingo and what you thought of this video, please leave them below. Bye, love. See you later. Hey, guys. So this part of the video is going to be a little bit more relaxed. I just took some time, went through the books that we picked out early in this video for my June TBR bingo prompts that we picked those books, and see if I could fit them into any of the prompts for the 2 readathons that I'm working on participating in this month. So I'm doing the Queer Lit Read-a-thon as well as the Feel Good Read-a-thon. I'm going to kind of adapt them to a little bit just to kind of make them work for me and my lifestyle, which is both nice about these readathons, that they really have some wiggle room for you to work with. And I did kind of double dip just because that is a lot of books to read in the month of June, which I will show you. So a lot of the books I do have with me right now, some of them I will be ordering, so I will put a picture of the book in front of me when that comes along, okay? So for the Feel Good Read-a-thon, the first prompt is a book you have high hopes for. So I have picked The Ballads of the Songbirds and Snakes. I was hoping my son was going to pick this. His favorite color is green, so I thought this would be a for sure pick, but he didn't pick it. So I'm adding this to my TBR that was not on my bingo board. So this will fit the prompt for a book you have high hopes for, so I really am excited about this. I love the cover of this book, and the inside is just absolutely gorgeous, the inside cover when it's naked. So I'm really excited to read this book. So the next prompt for the Feelgoodathon is a short book under 150 pages. So this is the closest I have on my TBR list. It's The Tanglewood and Brine by Deirdre Sullivan. It is a retelling of classic fairy tales with brave and resilient heroines. And it is from an Irish YA author, and it's several different stories. It is at 154 pages. I do love the cover of this. I believe I got this from a booktuber recommendation. I can't remember who it was, but if I remember, I'll post it below and tag it. So again, it's not exactly 150 pages, but it's the closest that I could get without buying a new books. Like I said, libraries are so close where I am, so it's not necessarily easy to get books right now. All right, so book containing one of my favorite tropes. I am going to do lock every door. I just love that trope of that secretive buildings, people coming in. And so if you read it, it talks about she gets to know the residents and the staff. She finds herself drawn to fellow apartment sitter. Reminds her of her sister who vanished 8 years ago. And I love that type of trope where it's like someone reminds them of someone that they've lost in the past. They feel that connection between that person, and they have to try now help, figure out things to kind of help heal the loss of their loved one in the past. So this also counted as my thriller for my TBR bingo board, so I was able to double dip and not have to add another book. So again, this is a book containing my favorite trope, which is kind of, again, like I said, that someone loses someone and they find them, that sibling or parent or friend, in another person and try to help them as well. And again, this was my thriller for my TBR bingo. All right, so my next one was a cover a book that you picked because of your cover. Can't talk. And I'm gonna do Hazelwood, which was the prompt on my bingo board was a book that the prettiest cover. So that worked out perfect. I love this one, so I will be reading. I was able to use something off this for the prompts for the readathon, so I was really excited about that one. Read one of your host's favorite books. So I'm going to read one by Jess, which was The Middle Game. I've heard great things, especially from Kayla with Books with Lala, that was her favorite book last year, and I've been wanting a reason to read it. So I am going to read Middle Game. I'm picking it up today at Barnes & Noble, so that will be one of my favorite hostess books. So reread one of your old favorites, which was the perfect prompt because I came up with my June TBR was to read a reread. So I'm going to read the selection. Again, I'm picking that up actually today when I go to pick up Middle Game. So I'm really, really excited to reread the selection, especially with the movie coming out. All right, read a book a younger you would have loved. So I'm kind of taking a twist on this. So I did love Nancy Drew when I was younger, which makes sense. I love thrillers now. And I want to read a couple of other Nancy Drew books that maybe I didn't read when I was younger. So I am going to pick a Nancy Drew book that I've never read before and kind of relive my childhood. Unfortunately, that doesn't fit one of my prompts on my TBR bingo, but I will be adding a Nancy Drew book to my reading list for the Feelgoodathon. Next, read a book by an author you've never read before, and I'm going to read The Fascinator. So this actually is a perfect way to end my Feelgoodathon prompt because this is also going to double dip for my Queer Lit-a-thon. I'm going to use this as a book for queer friends. So this is awesome. So actually this is accounting for 3 prompts, guys. This is the book my son picked me to read because it had pink on it, so he picked pink. It's also going to be a book by an author I've never read, which I've never read anything by Andrew Elapoulos, or I probably butchered that. And I'm also going to use it as my prompt for queer friends. I just want to show you guys the artwork in this. This was received from a book box that I do. And let's just look at the artwork. It is signed as well. It's my Lit Joy edition. Super cool. So I will be reading this for 3 of my prompts. So the only prompt I don't have anything is to read a book with a friend, a buddy read. So if someone wants to buddy read something with me, let me know. If not, I might just kind of skip over that prompt. But there is Also prompts that you'll see through my vlogs, different types of things to do just to kind of relax everything that's going on. So look out for that. All right, now moving on to my Queer Lit Read-a-thon. So this is kind of like another type of bingo. I'm going to kind of just pick and choose. I already have a pretty big stack growing. So for my queer friends, like I said, I'm going to read the Fascinators for a cover with rainbow. So I'm going to kind of use this colors in the rainbow, the blues, okay, and it's going to be called the Knockout Queen. I don't know much about this. This was my May Book of the Month pick for 2020. So I'm excited to read this. It's not too long, so it should be kind of a quick read. Like I said, I don't know too much about this book. I haven't seen any reviews on it, but I'm excited to dive in and to read this. For my non-coming out book, I picked one from those recommendations that were on Instagram, and it was called Pumpkinhead. Caught my eye because Halloween is my favorite time of year, and it had pumpkins on it, so I was like, obviously I want to read it. So I am ordering that book, and I will be reading that book for my non-coming out. And then I'm going to try and do the summer vibes, The Witches Don't Burn, which again was one of the picks from the Instagram options. So that is a long TBR list. So these are the current books that I have on me. I'm picking up 2 books today, and I might be doing some e-reads or picking up more books, but as of right now, this is my TBR list of the books that I currently have, and obviously the ones that I've mentioned that I don't have on me right now. So some of these I was able to double dip, but remember, if I do not fulfill my bingo for my TBR, those books now get added to my next month. So that means I have to read that on top of the bingo that I get for July, as well as any readathons that I participate in. And the only book that I couldn't fit into any of the prompts I will be reading for my June TBR bingo is Crazy Rich Asians, which is by Kevin Kwan, which I'm really excited to read. I've been wanting to read this for a while. Oh, guys, I did forget a prompt. I'm losing my mind. So the finished or continuous series for the Feelgoodathon, I was kind of really stumped about this one. I think I'm going to read The Vanishing Star, which is the sequel to Truly Devious, which I didn't really care for, but I really don't have many series right now that I've read. I've kind of just finished up a couple series, so I guess I'm going to give it a try. I hope I don't DNF it. We'll see. So that is actually now all of them, besides the books that I need to pick up. So again, please subscribe if you would love to see more videos, as well as leave comments again for future TBR prompts. And sorry for the more casual, but kind of just was the mood I was in. My Instagram, if you're interested, is listed below, and my Twitter. All right, bye guys. Thanks for joining in. Love ya.